Hey everybody, Juan Morales here, and in today's episode we're going to talk a little bit about one of the most important things that we understand whenever we're trying to achieve something is that we can't just do it when we feel like doing it. We can't just do it when the planets align and everything, we wake up on a good mood on a certain day and that's what we're going to do. The power in achieving goals is not only to do it when it's easy, but it's also that commitment that gets tested when it's hard. When you don't want to do it, when it doesn't feel like it's the right thing, or you don't feel that you're ready for it. And that's why one of my core philosophies and one of the big things that I focus on every day with all my students, all my friends, pretty much anybody who knows me, is that my motto is keep showing up. And this is because when you give in to that fear, you give in to that discomfort, you give in to that part of you that says, oh no, not today. But guess what? That part of you is the part of you that zaps you from getting anything you want. That's a part of you that starts something, and when it gets hard, it stops doing it. Because it starts talking to you, and it starts telling you, what do you care? It's not a big deal. Just give in. But the reality is, it is at those moments that we give in, that we stop. But if your focus is on only showing up, just show up. The worst thing that can happen is that you do it, let's say, at half the speed that you would otherwise. The worst thing that can happen is that you get half of the way there. But that's better than nothing. So don't think of yourself as a binary thing. Don't think of yourself as this like, either I'm on or I'm off. You're always on. Because if you're listening to this, you're on. The thing is, you may not feel like it. Just show up. You don't feel like doing it. Just show up. You don't think you're going to be good enough that day. Just show the fuck up. Why? Because when you do, you're going to realize that all that was in your head. I have a confession to make. The reason I'm talking about this today was because I did not feel like recording this today. Some stuff happened that got in my head, and I felt it that way as well. And I felt like, oh, what the hell? Why? What's the point? I can always make it tomorrow, right? I can always put it off. I can delay it. I can do a bunch of things with it. But I realized in that moment, especially when that voice came along, that's when the keep showing up philosophy is even more important. It's even more valuable because it is that precise moment where we give in to the fear. And I've felt that many times in the past when the ideas come in that tell me, hey, you don't have to do it, you don't have to go. And that's why I couldn't stick to any workout program. That's why I couldn't stick to any endeavor that at some point got hard. And I'm pretty sure that has happened to you as well. So when in doubt, show up. When you're thinking about it, show up. The mind is going to say whatever it's going to say. That doesn't mean that it's going to come out like that. As I say these words, I'm actually surprised that I'm saying them because I did not feel like this before recording. So I want you to really feel into what it's like when you're there. When you decided that you're going to say, fuck that voice in my head that's telling me not to do it. Fuck that voice in my head that's telling me I'm weak or that I'm hurt or that I shouldn't be doing it. And just show the fuck up. If you show up, magic happens. If you don't show up, nothing can happen. But if you show up, the most important thing is that you build that habit of just showing up. So you start doing it no matter what. Today was a real big test for me when recording this. Because it was really one of these do or die moments. Literally a do or die. Either I kept doing this thing, or I would let go and give in to that fear, give in to that inner voice, give in to that inner critic. But now I decided to fire that critic and say, I don't really care what you say. You're just giving me a bunch of lies. The truth is, when we show up, our greatness comes with us. Because guess what? We are that greatness. We take that with us everywhere we go, in every interaction we have, with every person we meet. We are our greatness. So the more we allow ourselves to be that way by just showing up and not thinking that there's some preparation that needs to happen or thinking that there's all these other things that need to happen in order for me to show up, just show up. Magic happens when you show up. Nothing happens if you don't. This is Juan Morales signing out. I'll see you on the next one.